just make it, but it kind of was hurting my leg. So I just.
So then you just set instead. Can you let them potty? Here, hand me their water. I'll give them some water. You go.
Sit down.
Me too. This is the last thing for a while. Get them.
Shut up!
Water and food. Or let them go potty, and then I'll let them have a drink when they come in. Don't stop them. No, outside. Hey.
Outside!
Brenda. Water? Drink? Drink? Ah! Go! Go! Come on, Brenda. Come on.
He lost it. Well,
It's right here. We need to, here, we're going to have to figure out a way to have one. Just fill it up with some powder, you know. Brenda, come on. Let's go, Brenda. Brenda, treat. Let's go. Come on. Treat. Yeah, it's okay. Come on, we'll do it with the broom. Let's go. Oh, you gotta get Brenda's food first.
It's like
Brenda!
there's something to some people like this.
Just put it by the front door.
Nothing they won't do for you, and it's like I don't understand how you can put a price on your bowl.
She will not eat out the golden.
By the front door. Just put it by the front door. That's not the front door.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that.
When you put it by the back door, the sugar ants try to come in. Because they want all the food.
Thank you.
Ants can also get in through the front.
I understand.
I don't know. Yeah.
Just check the turtle.
Also, is it?
If there's no chlorine, bring him up here.
I don't remember there being any. What?
No.
Okay, I'm glad. I think someone killed it. I mean, what else can they do with it, right?
No, Ranger. Alright.
I
Hello. Hello. How are you? How are you doing? Holy moly. Hello, Kara. Hello, hello, hello. Was there stuff in the turtle? Cool. I'm making cheesy pasta with hamburger meat and corn for dinner. That's what I'm making. What are you up to? How are you? Thank you if you like and sub. I appreciate it. Hello, Tiffany. How are you? What's up, Sophie? You can watch a show if you put your headphones on, ma'am. Is that what you asked me? Huh? Is that what you were asking? Hello?
What?
Is that what you were asking me?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't interrupting and that I actually answered your question. It will hopefully be good. It will hopefully be good. We'll see. Pretty much just making a homemade hamburger helper, right? So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It is what it is. I'm gonna put some garlic salt. Let's see what else. We're gonna put some. Let's see. Bear with me, folks. That's not what I want. I'm not gonna ever pick it up. Ollie, I gotta take my seasonings out. Smoked paprika. Where's my smoked paprika? What happened to you? My normal paprika. You definitely want one of that. Excuse me, that's lovely. Don't mind all my chips. This is my chip stash. Onion powder. And there's a smoked paprika. And garlic powder. And that's it. That's it, folks. Let's see how much it is. Just curious how much is in 2 cups. Interesting. So we're going to do a little bit more because there's not even a cup. It's 0.75 and 2 cups of pasta. 0.75 pounds and 2 cups. So I just went ahead and did 3. Just for good luck. Not bad. Calm down, people. It's prescribed. I forgot to take my medicine today. They're still too hard. Yep. She's sitting down. I don't care. I love it. I don't care.
saw white. So I knew. I knew I died that day.
Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we are going to be talking about the Biggest Loser documentary that is on Netflix that has been making a ton of waves. I've had so many people ask me to talk about it, and I'm really excited because I've talked about Biggest Loser a few times in the past, and I thought this documentary was interesting. I'm glad that it's on Netflix, and definitely check it out if you haven't watched it yet, just so you can get a little bit of your own opinion before you come into this. If you don't have Netflix, I apologize. I'm not going to be able to show too much of the footage because obviously copyright strikes and stuff like that, but I'll do my best to show you a little bit of what's going on. But if you're not familiar, this is the documentary right here, and as you can see, put it under me, this is the #1 show in the US at least right now, right? So it's called Fit for TV, and it has 3 different episodes, so it's a docu-series, I guess would be the best way to put it. But it kind of goes over the history of The Biggest Loser and you know the things that it did right, the things that it did wrong.
They do look like grits. But I'm making pasta with corn, cheese, hamburger meat. So like homemade hamburger helper.
So,
Nothing
so as you can see,
fancy.
there's 3 episodes here. First episode is called Winning the Lottery. We have Hunger Games and Tipping the Scales, and they're all about 40 minutes long. The people they follow.
Nothing
quite a bit
fancy,
is Danny
Roger.
Cahill, who is the season 8 winner of the Biggest Loser, and this is a clip from the documentary. Again, I couldn't play any of the clips, but as you can see, he lost 239 pounds. Okay, 239 pounds over the course of.
Yeah, it's not very fancy, but it's food, right?
6 months, 3 weeks. and
I'm
5
trying to
days.
make it homemade so there's a little less chemicals. Of course, the cheese packet, I'm sure, is full of chemicals, but okay.
7 months is
Baby steps, okay? Baby steps. I made the hamburger already the other day. So I'll be able to get 2 meals out of this guy. Well, okay, more than 2 meals out of the pot, but 2 meals out of the hamburger that I prepped, I should say.
So obviously, you know, people go out there and they go super hard. And that's something that Tracy did herself, and then she actually ended up collapsing before she was able to finish. She was able to crawl and like have
With some Kerrygold butter.
end of the finish line.
So real butter.
But through that experience, she actually ended up developing.
And then we're gonna do garlic powder,
That's how you say it.
garlic powder,
Which is something that's
some
actually
onion
quite
powder.
common, or it was quite common in CrossFit. The basic way to explain
I was
it
gonna
is
do
that
garlic
you
salt,
work
but
out
I'm not
so
going
hard
to
that
because
your
the
muscles
butter's
start
salted.
like
So we're
deteriorating.
gonna just avoid that heart attack today.
You're like peeing out
And
muscle,
then
and like basically your muscles start
A
eating
tiny bit of
themselves,
smoked.
from working out too hard. It's not super common,
I already
but
did it.
definitely
smoked
makes sense for someone
paprika.
that is completely untrained, like Tracy was.
Just a
to end
little
up
bit
going
because it
and
can be
just straight
overpowering.
up running a mile. So she ended up having a truly terrible experience.
And I'm gonna mix it, and then I'm
at
gonna do the
beginning of
cheese.
show.
I don't remember a lot. I just felt like I was floating.
Oh, I felt sick.
And then my grandpa was there. And then I saw darkness.
Oh, no.
And then I saw light. So I knew. I died that day. I didn't realize that I had rhabdomyolysis. And rhabdomyolysis is your body's way of saying, I'm going to shut down on you.
So as we see from this article, it
What
goes
does that
on to say
even mean?
reality star claimed that she had died after over a year during the first challenge of the competition series 8 season, running a mile on the beach. In my head, this is her saying this. I'm like, I can run. I've got 4 kids. Tracy said that in the documentary. I'm running after them all the time, but it was the longest mile. So long, in fact, that her participation in the challenge, which would determine whether she would be on the show resulted in a terrifying medical emergency. I don't remember a lot, she explained. I remember hearing a helicopter. I just felt like I was floating. And then my grandpa was there, and then I saw darkness, and then I saw light, so I knew that I had died that day. Right? And so she had a very, very terrible experience, and they
Yeah,
don't
no
want
shit.
to explain her situation
When she died?
for that season. It's very interesting
Terrible.
because she had this medical emergency. She was going to the hospital, but then she was like really determined on staying on
Hello,
the show.
Jacqueline.
She kind of divulges the fact that her marriage was kind of in tatters, and she was really unhappy with the situation that she was in. So she didn't really want to go home because she knew that going home would mean that she would probably be ending her marriage and stuff like that, whatever. But she just really did not want to go home. So she actually ended up staying on the show, but under severe medical supervision by
Hello.
the mother of the show, which we will get into, which is a whole other
Parrot the pun.
but
Hello,
she
Parrot the
ended up
pun.
turning into a villain, I guess.
Don't know how to say your name, sorry. Tried.
Because everyone else on the show, you guys know how it was, right? Everyone has to work out super hard. That's a huge part of the show. And she was not allowed to work out.
Hello,
She
hello,
was
hello.
not allowed
How are
to
you?
work out, have to rest. And it ended up causing quite a rift between her and a lot of the other contestants. And she kind of goes on to share that basically she feels the producers really, really made her kind of the villain of the show, which she obviously didn't realize when she was filming it. And then so once the show was over, she was just getting into death threats. A lot of people really, really disliked her because they felt that she was kind of cheating the show by not working out. And it was just a really, really terrible experience for her, I guess. Making it general of the documentary, I will say from my personal experience, a lot of things that they were talking about and the problems that they brought up, as someone that has covered the biggest times, I've interviewed some of the previous winners and stuff like that, and I've talked to people that were on the show, and I've done, probably more research than most people as far as Biggest Loser is concerned, just because this is my YouTube channel, this is what I do. There wasn't anything that was shared that was like, oh my god, I can't believe that. There were some interesting things for sure, but as far as like talking about the fact that they overworked the contestants, that was, as someone that has been doing it for a long time now, that, yes, absolutely, people were overworked. They weren't eating enough. Absolutely, they weren't eating enough. No one loses that amount of weight. Right? So a lot of overarching things that they kind of talked about were things that I myself have surprised if a lot of you guys have been interested in this as well.
Go, Brenda.
Right? But that being said, I do think that it's interesting, and if you are at all interested in this, you should definitely check it out. One story that I really liked, which was kind of told at the very beginning of the docuseries, was that one of the producers, or the main creator of the show, main producer of the show, said that the reason that he started The Biggest Loser was because, now again, those are truths, was because he saw at the gym a note left by an obese person that said, basically, I am obese, I need help, please any trainer reach out to me because I feel like I don't know what to do. And I can understand seeing that and thinking to
Thank
yourself,
you.
That's
Writing
a
with
terrible
Emmett.
position to be in.
It's
Definitely plenty of
honestly
people
not
that
very
feel that way
fancy.
that
It's just homemade,
want, so yes,
homemade hamburger helper, essentially. So hopefully it turned out okay. It's got real butter, milk, corn, and 3 different types of cheese, and hamburger, garlic salt, onion salt, and a little bit of smoked paprika. That's what I'm cooking. So hopefully it's good. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
now, I can understand being frustrated as a trainer, but I definitely think
It's a bit. the butter and the salt and the butter was not
discovery, but
hidden,
as the show
hidden enough.
it was very interesting season one. We had one and two.
It is a pain in the ass, but it feels
First season and seeing the difference in people in the season that season. They just kept moving off of it. So like it goes up. Usually the physical ability is like so and you're pushing things like better.
there we go. It's good.
Now this is where it's getting very interesting, where I felt like I actually found some interesting stuff that about so it goes on to say here in particular, yellow is other experiences that you spent in the show's trainers, Bob Harper and John Hines. Now Bob was actually in this documentary, talking about it, right? Jillian Miles documentary. She's very upset about that.
It's stupid.
Every season, I pretty much said, wait, unless you have a long period. So they force them to come in and they want half an hour. So basically, he's saying here that he feels the doctor trying to make different changes because of the person listening to him. Now, Jillian Michaels has a very, very different story. So, very important to talk about this. So, there was another controversy. And it was especially in the documentary that everyone that is part of it is say that happened, but there's a lot of people that are claiming that that did happen, and one of those people is Jillian Michaels. So Jillian Michaels has been kind of going on a tirade since this.
Life doesn't always run on time. At University of Phoenix, our online classroom,
Since this documentary has aired. Again, she was not part of the documentary. She was asked to be interviewed. She declined, right? And so it goes on to say, this is another article. Jillian Michaels slams egregious claims in Netflix The Biggest Loser documentary, said she's considering legal action. Jillian Michaels is speaking out about how she's portrayed in Netflix's new tell-all documentary, Biggest Loser. On Tuesday, August 19th, the fitness trainer from 1% on Instagram and denied some of the claims made about her in the documentary, which covers the weight loss competition shows alleged missteps and features new behind-the-scenes details about some of the decisions made by its cast, crew, and showrunners during its 18th season run. In the 3-episode docuseries, Dr. Robert Huizinga, The Biggest Loser's medical advisor, discussed feeling uncomfortable with the show's extreme methods for weight loss and claimed Michaels often ignored his medical advice. In her post, Michaels, who did not participate in the documentary, refuted allegations made that she went against the show's rules and gave contestants caffeine supplements without a doctor's permission. She accused Huizinga and fellow trainer Bob Harper of lying about not approving the use of these pills, right? And then she shares this email chain that says, "We have just received the books and we'll be giving them out today." Sandy has the Alexa Mix Bi-Carb. Do you still want Stacker 2 or 3? So Stacker is like a fat burner supplement. I'll have them for you first thing in the morning. Thanks, Julie, right? And so this is from Julianne Harris, coordinating producer of The Biggest Loser. She went on to post screenshots and emails from 2009 that appear to show conversations between the show's trainers and producers coordinating to provide caffeine supplements to contestants. Here is an email chain with Bob Harper, The Biggest Loser producer, Dr. Huizinga's guy, Sandy Crumb, who stayed on set with us and distributed the fat burners, about which fat burners / caffeine pills to purchase for contestants. She wrote, "This is one email of many that show Dr. Huizinga not only knew about the caffeine pills, the Stackers fat burner were actually his suggestion. I wanted to use
Sophia,
Caffeine was never.
can you get the living room ready for food?
Mild health folks still by like 1985 before text and emails were a
It
thing.
shouldn't be too bad because it was already.
Instagram
I mean,
posts.
yeah,
I
it's
was
not
also
too bad.
denied another Canadian magazine that trainers were
You can throw his toys in his
enough calories.
in the room
Posting another screenshot
or whatever.
where
It doesn't matter,
she's
honestly.
tested via email to eat 1,600 calories per day. So for a little bit of context, if you didn't know that, the doctor said that he really would try to have conversations with all of the contestants to basically say the lowest that a woman should go is 1,200 calories, the lowest a man should go is 1,500 calories, right? And if you had watched the show, it was very clear, especially towards the end, you know, the last few seasons, that people were severely under eating and eating less and less and less so they can get as lean as possible. That was something that Danny even mentioned when he, you know, a few days before his final weigh-in when he won the Biggest Loser, he wasn't eating anything. He was just doing like a master cleanse, which basically consisted of no calories. I guess he didn't have to eat his blood, which was from all the severe dehydration, just not having enough food, right? And so it became very serious, right? So the doctor is claiming that he was telling people not to eat under 1,200 for women under 10, and really is kind of, you know, the implication was that the doctor was saying that the trainers were telling people to eat less and less and less, right? Like their advice was to eat less than they eat a lot of time. So she's claiming that she's telling people to eat 600 calories, right? So she also posted alleged calls between her and the producers to contestants adequately nourished. Following her social media post, Michael told TMZ in a phone interview which was published online that she is considering filing a lawsuit. She said the docuseries is so egregious and so damaging that I don't think I have a choice, right? And so she is basically arguing about that. And I think what is very interesting, especially if you watch the documentary, which I think you definitely should, is that it is very clear that everyone in this show, right, The Biggest Loser, was in it for themselves. The producers were in it for themselves. The network was clearly in it for themselves to make as much money. The trainers, to an extent, were in it for themselves to make themselves popular, right? Because one of the contestants that won, when they won, Jillian Michaels, in their ear told them, "You just made me a millionaire," right? Who knows how true that stuff is, but that was a claim, right? So it seems that everyone was in it for himself. Even Bob, you know, a lot of people see it. He was the nice trainer. He was the one that really cared. The reality is that Bob, and I mean this with all respect, but would be basically the trainer guy if it wasn't for The Biggest Loser, right? This show made so many people millionaires, right? Made them a lot of money, and I think that for me as someone watching this, especially as someone that has spoken to contestants, it was incredibly frustrating because no one wanted to take responsibility for the things that had happened, the negative impact that it had on a lot of people, not just the contestants, but other people around the world that were watching, right? No one wanted to take responsibility and then just continuously pass the buck. If it was the producers that they were talking to, they would pass it up to the, you know, to the network. If they were talking to the trainers, they would pass it up to the producers. If they were talking to the doctor, he'd pass it up to the trainers. You know, like no one would take responsibility for the negative things that they showed on this show. And more than anything, no one would take responsibility for the really messed up things that they did to a lot of the contestants. And there are so many contestants, I'm sure there's so many more that would have, that I've probably watched this documentary and I wish I could have shared my story, right? That were part of this show and feel like they were unheard, that they were used for their size, right? And their story, and then cast aside because there has been aftercare really for these contestants. And like there was so much money made, like so much money made. You guys, I'm sure a lot of you remember from the early 2000s when The Biggest Loser was executed. The Biggest Loser merch, everything was an ad for The Biggest Loser. Subway was an ad for The Biggest Loser. The Biggest Loser water bottle, The Biggest Loser. Like dumbbells, The Biggest Loser hats, Biggest Loser shirts, Biggest Loser. Anything that you can think no way that there was the biggest loser version of that thing, right? So there was certainly millions and millions, if not billions of dollars created from the
Yeah? Yeah. I can't hear you. What'd you say?
What do you want me to use? Because he's out of the other stuff now.
Oh, I'll get it. Okay. Hold on. I was trying to tell you also that dinner.
you have to think there was, a few hundred contestants. Imagine if those few hundred contestants just had genuine aftercare, actual help after the show was done to help them continue on that journey. And I think more than anything, that should be focused on is the fact that so many people that were part of this show, while there are a few people that really appreciate the show and they're glad that they did it, there are a lot of other people that feel that they were used and abused by the show, and that is not something that I feel like should continue in life. When it comes to The Biggest Loser and the legacy that they left, I feel like it's kind of, there's multi-reason, and there's conflicting feelings that I have. I do believe that The Biggest Loser, when it was first coming out, and the things that they were trying to do, was genuinely trying to motivate people to move more and share stories and share inspiring stories of those people that were able to lose weight, right? I see that in a vacuum in and of itself, and I'm like, that's a good thing. I think encouraging people to be healthier, to move their body, to lose weight, showing people that's possible is a good thing. But the way that they went about it and the way that they shared it, I feel like that is the crux about what makes this, in all, for me, not the greatest thing. because I think more than anything, the way that they went about showing this was incredibly damaging and dangerous, and it hurt, obviously, the contestants that were on the show, but it also hurt so many people that watched the show that really believed that that was the only way that they could lose weight. Because if you watch the show, I remember I used to have this feeling when I'd watch the show, because I used to be a fan of it, right? I almost even applied to be a part of it. I remember thinking if I just got on The Biggest Loser, I could lose weight. Because I was like, there's no way I could do everything that they do unless I am at the ranch, right? Unless I'm on the show. That's the only way that I would be able to lose this weight. And I really believed that weight loss was about killing yourself in the gym, working insanely hard, eating almost nothing, right? It really reinforced these feelings and seeing these trainers and doctors and everyone just kind of be like, yeah, this is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. I really feel like it kind of set me back in really trying to lose weight because I was like, I can't do all of that. That's not possible for me. And I think that it is important to share the message that you certainly don't have to do even half of what they did on The Biggest Loser. And more than anything, you should not even try to do what they did on The Biggest Loser because that is not sustainable. It's not something that you can do for a long term. And sadly, we see so many people on the show they lost all that weight on the show, gained it all back almost immediately. And while that's not just a weird thing that happens to people on The Biggest Loser, obviously it's very common just in weight loss in general, I think more than anything, the speed at which these people lost weight clearly has had an effect on so many of their lives. And it's just sad that millions and millions of people watch this happen. And there's, so many people that are just left wondering, well, why weren't they able to keep the weight off? And it's sad to me that there is I can almost guarantee there is a large portion of those people that watch that have seen people gain the weight back and they think to themselves, they just gave up. They just haven't tried hard enough. They really didn't, they didn't want it hard enough. Those people on the show that lost 200 plus pounds in 6 months, saying that they didn't try hard enough, that's crazy talk. Clearly, they tried incredibly hard, but that show is not real life. That show is not what is going to be happening day to day. It is not like that, right? And so to expect someone to continue that forever is not realistic at all. So there is my review of the docuseries. I don't know if this is really a review, but this is, my video on the docuseries about The Biggest Loser. Like I said, a lot of the stuff was things that I've already kind of known, and I feel like a lot of people already know, but there was some nuggets in there that I think are worth watching the docuseries for. If you haven't seen it, I would love to know what y'all think down in the comment section down below. I am genuinely curious if you did watch it, what you thought about it, if maybe you feel the same way as I do, or maybe all of this is new information and I am just chronically online and I know way too much about The Biggest Loser. But please, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Say hello to Sky High by Hubble Contacts. Start your subscription now for 40% off your first order of
Oh. Just to find out your okay. My lonely days are gone. Breaking out. Are you clean? I want to smell you. Let's see. Oh, that's a clean boy. You smell so good. I love you. You smell so good. Woo. Bye, guys. Have a good night. Thank you for making dinner with me. Thank you for... Here, let's do the retouch. Makes me look less red.
Finley, say, if you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friends.
You have to get with my friends.
Yes.
You made that very Caucasian.